Hey, how you guys doing? It's Candace Chantel, motivational speaker. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Whew, okay, y'all, shit finna get real. So I want to say this before I even start. I am a firm believer of a person should be able to love whoever they want to love. I am a firm believer of that what you do behind closed doors is your business. Who you love is your business. Now, with all that being said, LGBTQ community, I'm calling out to y'all, LGBTQ community. I want to have a conversation. Let's talk. Okay. So, I watched the Dave Chappelle special, and honestly, I thought it was really cool, really good. And I seen that he got a lot of backlash from it, and I thought that was just so petty, right? And I started looking at it like, first off, when did the LGBTQ community, and I pray that I'm saying it right, no offense if I'm not, become bullies? When did it get to the point to where a comedian can talk about crippled people, black people, old people, fat people, tall people, young people, any type of people, but they can't talk about the LGBTQ community? How does that make any sense? How is it that the LGBTQ community want to be a part of and want to be treated like everyone else, but then in the same token get upset when someone says something that they do not like? When did the LGBTQ community start taking people's right to freedom of speech? I have a few questions because of some things I don't understand. For the transgenders, the ones who, I don't know how it all goes, but I'm just going to say the ones who want to be women or portray themselves as women. Why is it that you guys call yourselves women but call women fish? I'm confused, because if you dress yourself up and you want to be called ma'am and you want to be called lady and girl, but yet you call the original woman fish. Why is it that the transgender community feel as if they're better than a woman? These are just questions that I have. Now, I could be wrong. That's why I feel like it's a conversation that need to be had. I believe that we have a small group of people speaking for a whole community, and I don't believe that that's how the whole community feels. I believe that we're getting a few people that's just making a bunch of decisions for everybody. You get what I'm saying? So these are just questions that I have. So I was thinking about, if a person has, say, anorexia or bulimia, right? And every time they look in the mirror, they see a fat person. They see someone that there's not there. They see a fat person every time they look in the mirror, right? So the doctors tell them that because of what they're seeing is not really there, it is called body dysmorphia, right? And they're saying like it's a mental issue. So you mean to tell me that a man with a penis and balls can look in the mirror and see a woman and that's not the same thing? These are just questions, you guys. Please don't get offended, but these are questions that I have, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is that my belief is that the reason why we have some that are strongly believe that they are meant to be women is because I believe in a past life they were women, and they brought that into this life, and that's why they truly feel that way. That's why I don't knock them for them want to be who they truly feel like they were meant to be, right? But even though when it's all said and done, when you put on that skirt, when you put on that makeup, you still got a penis, right? And beyond all that, we are now shoving it down our kids' throats. It's one thing to be accepted, and it's another thing to try to force people to believe what you believe. I believe that everyone has the right to their own opinion, their own thoughts, and their own feelings. We have basketball players, football players, all these people that come out and they want to tell the world that they are gay or whatever it may be, right? But my whole thing is, does you being gay affect your 3-point shot? Does it affect you being able to make a touchdown? Or so why is it that it's so important for you that I not only accept you, that I agree with you? You know, I believe it's different when it's your family and your friends and people that care about you, whether or not they agree with you, whether or not they accept you. But for people who don't know you, what difference does that make? Why is it such a big deal that now they have it on every show? One thing people say is, well, if you don't want to see it, then turn it off. It's on everything. I literally feel like it's being shoved down our throats. And I feel like that if we say something against it, then we're saying something against the community. If we say that we don't want to see two men kissing, then there's something wrong with that. Some people just don't agree with that. They have their right to that. Some people don't agree with interracial couples. They have their right to that. Some people don't agree with small people dating, I guess, normal sized people. I don't know the correct terminology to call them. That's why I said small. If that is the wrong terminology, I apologize. But I was just saying that to say that everyone on the outside is not always going to agree with your choices or who you choose to be with. But what I eat don't make you shit. So what difference does it make? Why is it that the LGBTQ community, I feel like, is trying to completely take over, and they're trying to take away from what was originally, I don't know, man and woman, me being a African American woman, or me being a woman, period, I take offense to someone who is portraying me, who's putting on makeup like me, who's putting on dresses and skirts to look like me, and then turn around and belittle me by calling me fish. I have an issue with that. And let me say this, this is a side note. For you who are transgender or wherever it may be, understand that the reason that the man that you are with, who's down low or whatever it may be, the reason that he's with you is because of what you have between your legs. You do realize that women outnumber men. So if they wanted to be with a woman, they would be with a woman. They are not with you because you look better than a woman, or you sound better than a woman, or you smell better than a woman. They're literally with you because of what you have between your legs. When you get that cut off, you another lonely chick just like the rest of them. What's his name? The Kardashian dude? Look at him. Prime example. Now he talking about he like women after he done went through all that surgery. Now he don't know. He confused. I'm not saying this out of anger, and I'm not saying this out of spite. What I'm saying is that we need to have a conversation. Lil Boosie, he said some things, and he said some things where it was pertaining to someone's child, about them dressing them up and things of that nature. And I totally agree with him. I totally agree, because I feel like that when you're at a certain age, you don't know what you want to do, or how you feel about anything. So we have parents who are dressing their kids up as boys that are girls that are boys, and say, well, that's what they want. That's how they feel. But you think about it as a person, or as a parent. Did you feel and think or do the same way you did when you were 10, from the time that you were 20, from the time that you were 30? Your thoughts changed, your feelings changed, And not saying anything negative about people who do that, but I do feel that they're making a decision for that child. LGBTQ community, I want us to have a conversation. You guys, I don't want it to be to where every time someone speaks out or says something that they feel like is against the community, that they get shut down. Instead, let's come to the table and have a conversation, and see how other people may feel about it. Because me personally, I don't have an issue with who anyone lays up with. I don't have an issue with who anyone chooses to love. My issue is that every time I turn on the TV, I have to see something that I don't personally want to be a part of my household. I have to see things that I believe that are not things I want to see. Let's be very clear. Whether it's a man and a man kissing, I don't want to see a woman and a woman kissing. I don't want to see a man and a woman kissing. Not in public. It's certain things I just don't want around. I don't believe should be done or said around children. You know, I believe that people are using their platforms and they're using their platforms to send out messages that I believe that are, for one, unclear, and for two, just dead wrong. We have, you know, the young men that are wearing skirts and dresses, and our young community is believing that that's what's cool and that's what should be and that's how they should be acting. Now, get me wrong, you're free to wear what you want to wear, but at the same time, everyone does not agree with that, and that's okay. It's okay to say, I don't want to see a man in a dress. It's okay to say that I don't believe in a man being with another man or a woman being with another woman. That is okay. That is that person's right. LGBTQ community, the only thing I'm saying is, with you guys standing in your right, don't take away from other people's rights. Allow people to have a voice. Allow people to not, everyone is not going to always agree with what you do. They're not going to always agree with what I'm doing, and I'm a heterosexual, and that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean people are going to always agree with what I say, what I do, how I look, but that's fine. Who you love, you can love. But give us the opportunity to allow our children to grow up and make that choice. It shouldn't be on on cartoons. It shouldn't be on all the commercials. I understand that you guys are just trying to get accepted. You guys want to feel like you're part of a community, you know, but at the same time, you guys can't have it both ways. Because with any community, there's going to be people who disagree. Y'all got to be able to take the good with the bad. You same people are people who want to adopt children and have children and things of that nature. You know, you don't want to see nobody, you don't want anyone doing a lot of things that you see in the community in front of your own children. And then let's be very clear. If you are in the same sex situation, y'all can't make kids together. So that fish that you women, that you guys are calling fish, along with that male, has to be able to produce a baby. LGBTQ community, you know, for you guys who say that you are women, that's fine. But me personally, I take it as you're belittling what a woman is. You're taking away from what a woman is. A woman is stemmed from the word womb. A woman is not just someone who is who has on makeup. A woman is not someone who's just breast and butt. And, you know, that's not what makes a woman, you know. Have cramps and then tell me you're a woman. You know, go through menopause. Some women go through menopause 10 years. You will never understand what that feels like. And yet, and still, sometimes women, we be cramping so hard and still got to get up and do our day to day, not feeling like emotions all over the place. Understand that just because you guys may take a pill, a shot that has your hormones doing certain things, that's a small part of what a woman goes through. A small part. To have cramps sometimes, man, women have cramps and thyroid so bad that literally they can't even stand. It hurts so bad. It's more to being a woman than that. Our body carries miracles. Our body carries life. Life. It holds it up in there for 9 months, dang near a year. It feeds it. You know, and then our body changes with that. Then we have this life that comes up out of us, and that hurts. Childbirth hurts. They say, you know, our pain tolerance is just totally different even than a man's pain tolerance. We can actually take more pain. So for you to belittle what I believe a woman is, you know, to just some makeup and getting your breasts done or even get your Peter chopped off, you would never truly understand what it is to be a woman. So instead of belittling us, You know, a lot of times the women, we are the ones who are supporting the LGBTQ community. You know, we should not be called fish or anything like that, because you're someone who are aspiring to be like us. So then how could you aspire to be like us and belittle us in the same breath? I'm not saying that that's all the LGBTQ community, but these are conversations that I feel like need to be had. And everyone should be able to set their feelings to the side and come to the table and really have these conversations. I understand there's going to be some people who's not going to like this, and there's going to be some people who's upset. I just ask that y'all keep it classy. There's no room for name calling and all that. Let's have that conversation. You know, because you might be able to enlighten me, and I might also be able to enlighten you. But I do believe it's a conversation that need to be had. Our youth is being affected by this. And me as a mother, me as a person, as a human being, you know, who cares about our community, feel like that we need to start having more conversations like this. You know, everybody ain't gonna always like what you have to say, but at least it's been said. Once again, LGBTQ community, I hope that you guys don't get offended by any of this. I hope some people be able to put their grown girl panties on, grown men drawers on, and have this conversation. And let's see where this conversation goes. Because the way it's coming across is the LGBTQ community is supposed to be about love and accepting, but it's coming across as if it's more bullying and in wanting people to agree, or not only accept but agree with you. And I don't believe that that's truly what you guys are about. So let's step outside of those couple of people who's speaking on behalf of all of you, and you guys have your own voice, and let's talk about it. We have a right as parents to speak against things that we do not agree with. Whether it be for or against, you know, but we need to have these conversations. I thank you guys for listening to me. I pray that you guys stay motivated, and let's see where this goes, you guys. Let's start somewhere, but let's have this conversation. And I love you guys. Remember to stay motivated, and yeah, bye.